Okay, so I'm going to attempt to recreate this eye look here. I have a wedding trial to do on Saturday, and this is the look that we've chosen, and I'd like to just obviously make sure I'm getting it right. So I'm going to be using some pigments and two of our palettes that we have to create this look. So I'm going to look down for you guys. Okay, so we've got like a darker pink on the outer corner, as well as in the crease, lighter pink, and then like a silvery white colour. So I haven't done any tidying up under my eyes because I'm going to do my foundation and that afterwards. So going to need a range of brushes, and I'm going to be starting off with my fluffy brush, and I'm going to be using palette 3 and the colour Determined just to give myself a base. So I've already primed my eye, but I'm going to give myself a base now just to help make blending a lot easier. Okay, so I'm going to tilt you guys down a little bit so you can see. Okay, I'll wipe that off and start just with light circles. And I'm just going to put that in the crease and on the lower lid. So that just gives me a base to work off of. Okay, so it's quite a light colour, okay? And then going in with Tickled, which is this pink colour, I'm just going to do that on the outer corner of my eye. Very light pressure. Bringing that halfway in, sort of like so that it's like centre with my eye, but focusing it more on the outer corner. Now bring it up ever so slightly higher than I would normally bring up the colour on my eyebrow, eye socket bone. Working it into the lower lid as well. So sorry if you hear heavy breathing, the dog is asleep down there. So yeah, I'm just focusing that colour, using circular motions, windscreen wiper action, and obviously I'm holding my brush really low down. So I'm applying just a touch more in the very outer corner. Okay, awesome. Right, and then I'm going to use a cream eyeshadow. This is the colour Hopeful, and it's like a shimmery pink. So I'm just going to pick a bit of that up on my cream eyeshadow brush and apply it into the lid and sort of blend that in, so I've not got masses of product on my brush. So I'm sort of like patting it into the lid, scraping off the product and reapplying it into the lid. Okay. So I'm going to apply that to the whole of my lid, other than the outer corner. This one's a bit of a funny one. They dry, they go on as a cream and set as a powder, so they're very workable. And I'm not worried too much about, like I said, the fallout from any of the products. So I'm just going to give that a couple of seconds to just sort of set, and then I'm going to go in with my what brush should I use? I'm going to go in with this brush here. It's just a fluffy brush. It's from Coastal Scents and it's the brush number 10. Okay, so I'm just going to go into that inner corner, sort of bring that product down and just soften it and blend that out. And again, this is like a base. This isn't going to be the finished colour, but I'm using it as a base. Okay, so you see how much that's better blended now. So using sort of like a crease brush, this is again Coastal Scents, but it's brush number 11. I'm going in with palette 5. Okay, so I'm going to be using these 3 colours to work on the outer corner, and I'm going to sort of like be dotting on each of all of those colours. So I'm going to pick up a bit of this is Victorious, so this colour here, a bit of Fearless and a bit of Sarcastic, and I'm literally just tapping my brush in and then tapping it off. Okay, and then focusing directly on the top right hand corner of my outer crease. I'm just patting that product in. So I'm trying to build, and now I'm working on circular motions. I'm trying to build up that crease. Okay, and I'm going back into each of those products. Not so much the purple now, I'm just focusing on the two pinky shades, the pinky red shades. And I'm really keeping that colour on the outer crease. Okay, and then I'm picking up the brush that I applied my base colour with, and I'm just softening that out. Light circular motions. And then I'm going back in and just keep applying and building. Again, not picking up the purple colour this time. Like, I'm patting it to start off with so that I can really intensify that outer crease colour. And then I'm going in and blending. And again, picking up that fluffy brush, just softening it out. And you'll see that once I've sort of blended in, just dragging the excess product to the inner corner. Okay, so that's what that looks like. Okay, then I'm going to go in with my sponge brush, and I have this silver colour here that I'm going to put on the inner corner. I'm just going to do one swipe because this is really pigmented. So I'm going to start on the inner corner, just patting that in, and then I'm going to pat it into the lid. Okay, so I'm not blending, I'm just leaving that like that. I'm not worrying about the mess, I'm just going to leave it as it is. Okay, then I'm going to dampen the other side of my brush, spraying on using our rose water. I'm going to pick up this gorgeous pigment. This is Sassy, so it's like a beautiful pink colour, and I'm just popping that in the lid like so. Not a lot, probably it's like a couple of taps in there, and then I'm just going to pat my damp sponge into that and really sort of work it in, using again the lid. The lids are great for this. So you've got about this much product. Okay, so then I'm just going to pop that and pat that into the centre of my lid. And I'm doing sort of like little pats, but doing that sort of motion just to spread and blend that, all those colours in together. I'm not going completely into the corner because I want that to stay sort of lighter than the rest of the eye, but I am focusing on that colour. Okay, so I'm quite happy with that. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get a big clean fluffy brush, and I'm literally just going to blend the whole lot, just going over it very lightly, just to soften out all the edges. Okay, I'm going to go back in a little bit with this brush and I'm going to pick up that Tickled again. So I'm going to go back in with this colour, one swipe, tap it off, and just a bit more intensity in that crease to match the other side. That's it. And then a little bit more of that pink sassy colour on the wet sponge again, just to make that centre pop, really pop. What have I done with my sponge? There it is. I really want that shimmer to stand out. This is our wedding, and I want that shimmer to really pop in the pictures. So by wetting the brush, it's going to make it just, the shimmer just stay so much more. Okay. Then I'm going in with this white colour, Curious. It's a bit more of a champagne-y colour. And again, I'm going to be tipping it into the lid. And I am going to be picking up one of my brushes. Just popping that so. And I'm going to work that under my brow. Just to highlight the brow bone, make that pop a bit more. I'm not really being that careful, because what I'm going to do is go in with my big clean blending brush and sort of blend them all in together. Super. Then I'm going to go in with my sort of, this is again a Coastal Scents brush, brush number 17. It's like a weird flat edge, and I'm going to pick up that Tickled once more and pop that under my eye, my lash line, bringing that right into that silver shimmer and spreading that out. Okay, and then once I've done that, I'm going to pick up that Victorious colour here, and I'm just going to pop that on the outer of my lower lash line, just a bit of a darker colour, just so that it marries up with the upper colour well, like so. Then I'm just going to do my lashes, and then that is my eye look finished. So I'm using our 3D lashes. I have already got a coat of this on because I went to the gym earlier and had that on already. So I'm just evenly coating my lashes. And then applying my fibres. And then setting them in. So I love these, the mascara, because I feel like not every bride wants to wear false lashes on her wedding, especially if she's not worn them before, because they can be a bit uncomfortable. But at least with the new reformulated mascara, you've got that option to have like long dramatic lashes. I love that. So yeah, that is my eye look. I'm gonna just check that they look even. I think they look pretty good if I look down for you. I think they look pretty good. So I'm going to do another video to do sort of like a really dramatic and contoured face. So that I'm going to do that separately. So yeah, thank you for joining me. Any questions, pop them in the comments.